Hi everyone and welcome. Thank you all so much for joining us today for this live stream event. My name is Alexia and I am the Project and Event Manager of the Microsoft Reactor Toronto. I will be sharing session resources with you in the chat, but before we begin, I'd like to quickly review two items, our Code of Conduct and Event Guidelines. First, please take a moment to review our Code of Conduct. Microsoft Reactor seeks to provide a respectful environment for both our audience and presenters. We encourage engagement in the chat, but please be mindful of your commentary, remain professional and on topic. And secondly, our event guidelines. This session is being recorded and will be available on demand through the Microsoft Reactor YouTube channel in about 24 to 48 hours. I will be sharing the link in the chat for our channel. And if you've not been on a live stream through YouTube before, please note that you must create an account on YouTube in order to access and interact in the chat. You can set that up now, and if you're unable to use the chat but have questions, feel free to reach out to us through social media or on our tech community. Here's a little bit more about our tech community. You can join us during and after the session to ask any questions that you may have about the content for our Power Pages platform, Bootcamp, sorry. So feel free to just click on the QR code or the link on the screen. Which brings us to today's session. And before we begin, our speaker Bruno has a quick intro word for you all.
Hello, welcome to the Power Pages Bootcamp. My name is Bruno Capuano. I work as a cloud advocate in the Microsoft Toronto Reactor, and it's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm a Latin person in my 40s. I'm in my office today. You can't see the office because I have the full amazing series of the Power Platform Bootcamp behind me. But hey, I am super happy to be with you today. And hey, I even have a GitHub t-shirt because we are going to do some coding at the end of the series. So again, super happy to be here, and let's start. And we are going to learn together about Power Pages. Power Pages is one of the new products that we have in the Power Platform that allows us to create websites with a low-code approach. And of course, we have security involved, we have amazing connectors to work here. During this bootcamp, we are going to talk about a little about the architecture. We are going to talk about tools like the design studios, the templates that we have here, how we can even edit code with Visual Studio Code. There are plenty of things that we are going to do all around Power Pages. And you are already here, so you probably know the bootcamp. What I want to really quickly mention here is that we have a couple of topics which are really important. In the main page of the bootcamp, you can see all of the series, all of the events that we have. You can join, you can register, you can join all of them there. You can also watch the recordings later. This is super important. Everything is going to be recorded. We have 2 weeks, 4 sessions in the first week, 3 sessions in the second week, and we are going to talk about a lot of topics. So please join here. And if you want to start, I am going to share during the sessions how you can even get a free trial, how you can even create a free demo environment so you can use and learn with Power Pages. And we are also going to have a cloud skill challenge. If you want to learn more, if you want to challenge yourself and your colleagues, your friends, or other people to see how far you can get here, we created the cloud skill challenge. We created a series of modules with evaluation at the end of the modules that you can use to validate how you are advancing. It's going to be online during the weeks that we have here. So hey, take a look. This is an amazing way to validate how we are learning. Microsoft Tech Communities. We have a space. We have a space at the Reactor space on the Tech Communities, and we are going to use this space to meet all together, to connect, to get some support. Hey, let's use the Tech Communities to have a better experience. As you can see right now, we have one discussion topic created for Q&A. We also have created another one for Power Pages matchmaking. So if you want to share your name, if you want to share your contact details, I share mine there. This is a great place to meet other people, to learn all together. aka.ms/reactortc, that's the communities, and look forward to create more entries and discussion around Power Pages. That's it. That's a super quick intro. I am looking forward to spend some time with you learning all together. So let's start. This is going to be a nice ride learning about Power Pages. Hello, everyone. Now we are live, day 4, the module number 4 of the Power Pages Bootcamp, and today we are going to talk about architecture. Before we start, as usual, please let me know if a microphone is working in the comments, and let's start with a quick 5 minutes, 10 minute review of the topics that we see last week. So I have here my Kahoot ready to start. You probably know the deal. Go to kahoot.it. The game pin is 3940074. Let's review. And when we have 5 or 10 people, let's start and let's review some stuff from last week. Okay, I see a couple of people. I will wait a couple more minutes. I know that we have today, it's a big delay between streaming and what you see, but I will already 8 people. I will wait one more and let's start. It's just 5 questions, and a couple of them are probably going to be stuff that we talk again and again during the last week. So let's start. Question number 1, 3, 2, 1. You created a new environment. You didn't add Dynamics 365 application to the environment. And then you created the Power Pages site. We've seen this a couple of times. Which feature, when you do this step, is not available to use in your site? Static content, embedded Power BI, knowledge articles, and external authentication. So in an environment without Dynamics, when we create Power Page sites with a template or a blank site or using one of the site templates, one of these 4 features is not available for us to use. So embedded Power BI, external authentication, knowledge articles, and static content. Choose one, and let's see what's happened. The important part here, the important topic here is that Dynamics. We are not having Dynamics here. So let's take a look at the one that is the right answer. And the right answer was knowledge articles. Knowledge article is only available when you have Dynamics in your environment, in your Power Platform environment. All of the other features, if you want to use Power BI, we're going to use Power BI tomorrow in our message board application. It's going to be available there. If you want to enable your site to use external authentication, it's going to be available there. And of course, static content, just button, images, lists. It's also that everybody has. So knowledge articles, if we want to have knowledge articles, we need to have Dynamics. So cool, let's take a look at the board. Eric, me, MD. Remember, no points here. Kudos to everyone. Let's go to question number 2. What Power Pages feature is not available and must be created using the extensibility features? So we have profile management, database security, payment gateway, create and update database records, or all of the above. I really can't remember this one. I created this when I was planning the course, but one of these features is not available and we need to create it using extensibility. Okay, I will give it a shot. I am writing down one answer here. I think I know the one, but just in case, let's give it a try. I mean, I'm guessing that it's not create and update database records. We have this out of the box. Same with security, but I'm not sure about profile management and payment gateway. Both of them can be done using security. So it was payment. Yes, payment gateway was the one that is not available, and we need to create it using some extensibility approach. That's nice to have, nice to remember. As I said, I didn't remember this one. I have created the questions, but I didn't remember it. So Eric, me, MD, Bob, CK, kudos to everyone. Let's go to the next one. This one, we had this one last week. So where do you write new knowledge articles for the portal? The Portal Studio, in the Custom Portal, in Dynamics 365 Customer Service Hub, or in the Portal Management Hub? I think I remember this one, so I am going to write down my answer. And last week, and if you want to leave a comment, I am taking a look at the comments. We have some seconds of delay, but we have a very cool video that explains how knowledge article module works, how you can add it into your portal, how you can edit the articles, add new articles. If someone wants, we can quickly review the video again today. It's a fast one, but this is a super cool feature to have knowledge articles here. So let's take a look. I think we have all of the answers. And it was in the Service Hub. Yes, I was also having. I couldn't remember if I need to choose Portal Management App or the Service Hub. And yes, it's the Service Hub. It's a naming feature. And again, if someone wants to know how this works, I can quickly share again the 2-minute video of knowledge article. Question number 4. Kudos to everyone here. Not going to spend some time here. And question number 4, which feature is only available in the Community Starter portal? So we have forums, blogs, event management, knowledge articles, or all of the above. There is one template, the Community Starter, and one of these features is only available here. I remember this one because I literally use the same image to do this, so I know this one. But let's take a look. Let's wait until everybody give an answer. Yes, almost everyone have the right answer. Blogs is the feature that's only available in the Community Starter. We talk about how we may have this without the need of Dynamics in the future on the last week. So, hey, HC has an answer streak of 3. Kudos to you, HC. And last question, true, false. You can edit multi-language pages in Power Pages Design Studio. Sorry. So this is true or false? We showed this last week. We showed how we can do multi-language. It is still not a full and closed experience. So I think we can do better there. But we can have multi-language portals. We can have multi-language pages, and we can edit the pages in different languages. Last week we showed English and Spanish. This is mostly about where do you edit this, in the Power Pages Design Studio or in other tool. And if you want, I also think that I have a video to talk about this. So if someone wants to know more, you can review previous videos from last week, or I can share today's video. Today's content is super, super fast. 3 more seconds, and the answer is that no, you can't do this in the Design Studio. You need to do this in Dynamics, basically. When you go to a page and you have there the HTML raw there. So we are going to see Design Studio with coding tomorrow, but not multi-language today edition there. Probably it's going to be in the future. So kudos to everyone. Thanks for participating. Let's take a look at today's module. Today is all about architecture. And because this is a fast module, I have 2 ideas, unless someone has a question and want to dig deeper on one of the topics. I am going to review quickly the module today. It's mostly show the content and then show the tools and show how it works. Also, tomorrow, last week on the office hours, we talk about how we can how we can deploy this on different environments, and this is part of the tomorrow session. So we are going to talk about solutions today, but tomorrow we are going to talk about code. And then let's continue focus on our page, onto your custom module in your message board that we want to create to do this. So Power Pages Architecture, remember again that you can go and take a look at the Cloud Skill Challenge. You're going to see all of the modules there. And today, module number 4, it's super fast one. So let's take a look. So initially, where is Zoom? Initially, everything that we do in Power Pages is part of the Dataverse. So we have here the idea of a solution. We talk about solutions. I think it was Power Platform Bootcamp, and we mentioned that solution is a great place when we want to have kind of a single repository to aggregate applications, chatbots, Power Automate flows, tables, data, and more. So the idea of solution is that we can put everything there. A Power Page is basically we have different elements here, and we are running on top of the Dataverse. If we go to the Dataverse, and this is kind of the idea, one of the options that we have here is have home, learn, apps, create, Dataverse, and more. And let me change the view so you can take a look. Sorry about that. And we have here solutions. So if you are already having your development environment and you are already testing here your solution, you can start to take a look at the solution. And in example here, we can see that we have a couple of solutions, which are basically the site designs, kind of the templates, Power Pages back template, Power Portals, book a meeting with the sales rep. So we can open these solutions, and we are going to see in these solutions that they have some elements here. They have applications, they can have chatbots, they can have definition for choices, cloud flows, connection reference, tables, web resources, and more. So we can export this solution. This is already created solution. We can export these solutions and use it and import it in other scenarios. So an example here, these are the tables that are included. We have appointment, availability, bank location, contact location, and service. So let's take a look at an appointment. It's the appointment table from the Dataverse. We have everything here with no data. If we have to take a look at the cloud flows, we have a couple of Power Automate cloud flows here that we are going to use. So a solution idea is that we have everything. There are two ways that you can create a solution and distribute the solution. You can distribute the solution. There are kind of two ways to do this. You have a managed solution and unmanaged solution. When you deploy and share a managed solution, you can't edit anything. You can only create stuff from there. But from the unmanaged one, you can add and create more stuff. So based on if you are working on dev environment and then you go to staging or production, you need to switch how you do this. And by the way, creating a solution is super simple. You just need to go to solution. You can import one, as I mentioned. You can create a new one. Let's create a new solution. There is a concept of the display name of the solution, the name, and then the publisher. It's important to have the publisher. So let's create a new publisher here. Let's do this Reactor Live Events. Now I have my name, Reactor Live Events, description, Reactor Live Events. I have a prefix. Remember when we create elements like tables, flows, and everything, depending of what we have is going to add this prefix at the beginning. So we have an example here, a new object, we have the prefix here. I think we only have 8 characters here to add. Yes, 2 to 8. So let's do Reactor L. So when we create something, it's going to have Reactor L underscore and the name of the object. And then I can have information here like a phone number, something like this, email, website, street 1, street 2, plenty of stuff that we can use when we create a publisher. So when we are creating the unique name, already have it. My name. Create a new arrive. So let's publisher. I think it's fine. Didn't like the spaces in the name. I was thinking that we can create name with spaces. It seems that we can't. Oh, it's already there. Oh, probably already created one Reactor Live. So in the publisher, there it is. Sorry. This is one of the publishers. So when I create a solution, I can have here the Reactor Live events. And let's do a solution live demo. Version 1, and then I have options here. If I have a configuration page, I can add a configuration page. I can add a description, the package type that I want to create, manage or unmanage. I only can do unmanage right now. So I will create one, take a couple of seconds, and I will be in my solution. So here right now, I can start to add elements to a solution. I can start to add Canvas application, model drivers application, pages. I can add automation stuff. I can add cloud flows, custom connectors, desktop flows, chatbots, dashboards. I can even add tables if I want. I can add more stuff. And there is a huge list of things that I can add. App insights, if you want to monitorize, if you want to take a look how our application is working, card, catalog, custom APIs, desktop flow binaries. There are plenty of things that I can package in a solution. So let's add an existing automation. I think I have a couple of cloud flows. This one. Now, when I have my solution, I can publish my solution and I can export my solution. And then other accounts, other environment can import this. So this is super, sorry. This is super simple. And I added a flow because the cloud flow, because they are kind of small. If I add more stuff, it's going to take a lot of time to export this. Tomorrow we're going to see a bigger example, but this is kind of idea. You create a solution, you can export the solution, and when you have everything there, you can export your solution and reuse it. So going back here, we talk about the solutions. We talk about what we have. We talk about the stuff that we can have. What is important for us right now is that, let me go back here, solutions, is if you go to your dev environment and you start to take a look at the solutions, you are going to see that we have these demos that I created, and then there are plenty of different solutions that we have here. And if you are creating new stuff, you're going to see dynamic 365 portals, web notification, bot, timeline, Azure storage, feedback, advanced forms, plenty of solutions that are already created when you start to use Power Pages. So these solutions are managed solutions. We can't do anything with them. They are used every time that we create a new portal, but we can see here that we have 3 processes here, an example, and we have send email, confirmation to the contact, send email, 2-factor code, and send password reset. Basically, if you are creating a portal that give you the chance to create your own users and password and manage your own security there, you need to have these 3 actions here, 3 workflows to password reset, email confirmation, and 2-factor code to the contact. So solutions, super important, something that we can use. The same with metadata. Metadata is the place that we have information about our portal. So go here, perfect. We have the solution. I explain it. So if we go to our portal with this measure board live, and I go to portal management. Oh, yes, there it is. I am going to see here all of the portals that I have available in my environment and the stuff that I can do here. So in example, this is all of the pages that I have, all of the management, and this is all of the pages that I have. I have a lot of pages like access denied, part of the home page that we can see here. We have attendee information, we have a lot of pages. We can also have access to web files. So everything related to our stuff, everything related to our portal is going to be here. A lot of our code is going to be, like an example, the header that we see in our page is going to be part of a template. So here we can see the templates that we have here. So we have the home admin page, the home page, the profile. Everything is defined here, the search page here. So this is the place that we can go to, go to one of these pages and start to edit directly in the HTML here. Choose one without any content. Here are web pages. And pick up one of these pages, and here we can do some editing of the HTML. Of course, not the best experience. It's not as nice as the Design Studio, but this is a place that we also saw last week. We can do the editing of the multi-language if we have a page for different localizations. So more to know here. Portals metadata, the web app, we've seen this plenty of time. This is when we publish a site. What is going to happen is a Microsoft Azure web app is going to run the portal using the solutions metadata. So it's going to render everything, and it's going to basically be configured and published there. By default, it's going to use the same region of the Dataverse. When we create the Dataverse environment, we create Central Canada, West US, Europe, different places. So it's going to run there. So this is kind of the idea. This is kind of what we have. Then we can talk, and again, I am just showing here the modules. We can talk about how you can install the portal solutions. We see this last week, how you can create an app in the different way. We usually go and create apps from here for the Power Pages homepage. But if we are in the Power Apps homepage, let me go back here to Power Apps. This is the Power Apps homepage. So this is what you see when you have Power Apps. Let me zoom this a little. And I want to create a blank application. I have my three options. I can create a blank canvas application. I can create a blank canvas application, a blank Dataverse-based application, or a Power Pages website. I can create a website from here. Ask me some questions. There it is. I will say new website from Power Apps, and let's get the address. Power Apps is going to use English, and it's validating that we have the URL available. And when we create this, it's going to create a blank template of this. So it's portal provisioning process, and as soon as created, we are going to see here that it's created here. We can take a look here. This is the one that we have. So you see here that we have a couple of Power Pages sites and a couple of model-driven applications here. Each one of these, if I go to message board live and I ask for edit, it's going to redirect me to the Power Pages experience, to the Design Studio, so we can edit. This is kind of important also, that the Power Pages are part of the Power Apps family, and we can even start to do stuff here. If I go here to this site and I go to see the settings, we know these things. We've seen also this in the Design Studio, site setting, administration, and more. So everything that we are doing from one side, we can do from the other. We can also use this option to delete a portal. So I can go here and delete one of the Power Pages that we created. And finally, we can also go to administration and do plenty of other things. Let me show you a quick video right now about this, how this works. And after this, we are going to basically go back to our demo.
In this video, we're going to examine the process in which a portal is provisioned on a Power Platform environment. Unlike creating a model-driven or Canvas Power App, we will provision a portal from a starter template. Once the starter portal has been provisioned, we can configure it to meet our specific business requirements. In an environment with Dynamics 365, we have a choice of 5 different starter templates, each with specific features and functionality. In a CDS environment without Dynamics 365, we only have the choice of the portal from blank template. No matter what template we choose, we need to give the portal a name. This can be any name you want. We also need to give the portal a unique URL. This must be unique, and the portal provisioning process will determine to make sure your portal URL is unique. Note that we can configure a custom URL later on. And then we choose Create to kick off the portal provisioning process. The portal provisioning process will start. This process can take anywhere from 15 minutes to up to an hour. If we took a look at our solutions in our CDS environment, we'll see that there's only a handful of solutions that are installed when we provision a brand new CDS. The portal provisioning process will add a series of new solutions to the CDS environment. We'll also see that a portal app has been created. During the provisioning process, this is grayed out and not accessible. After a few minutes, you'll notice that there is a model-driven portal management app. This is the application that will be used to manage the portal metadata. After a few minutes, you will notice that a series of managed solutions are installed on your Common Data Service environment. These solutions provide the portal metadata infrastructure. Once the portal provisioning process is complete, you'll notice that there is now a portal app in our listing of apps in our Common Data Service environment. From here, we can edit the portal with the Portal Studio. We can browse to the portal in a browser. We can share with other makers in our environment, look at the settings, or even we can delete the portal or view the specific details. Let's browse to our newly provisioned portal. We now see the portal from blank template. It is a working portal ready for us to configure it to our own particular needs.
Okay, so that's one of the options that we can use. And hey, if we go here to the list of applications, like an example, I can go to the message board demo, I can go to settings. Message board demo, I can go to settings and I will launch the portal. I will get to the Power Platform Admin Center where I can see environments, analytics, billing, and in the resources, I can go to Power Page sites. Here, I can navigate the sites that I have available for myself. I can start to manage here one of the sites. And this is kind of interesting. This is kind of what we can do because, hey, if I want to enable, and we are going to show tomorrow a Power BI demo, but if I want to enable the Power BI feature here, I need to go, I lost my phone. I need to go to the Power Apps Admin Center, and then I can start to set up SharePoint integration. I enable Power BI visualization. I need to enable the Power BI embedded service. I need to do this with the admin account for this. And then I have instance here like to set up if I want to integrate this with SharePoint and more. There are plenty of things that I can do. So all of these are available basically just a couple of clicks away from this. Then we have an exercise, create a web page. We already done this. I am not going to run this. So I am going to close a couple of links and go back to I'm going to go back. Yeah, sorry, that was Ace, the puppy, barking to a Squidward, or I don't know what's fine. So let's go here and let's go to our message board line and let's see where we are. Close a couple of links. the idea that we have to show a couple of features, we created the portal, we enabled some security in the portal, we created the table that is going to show us basically message, and we have a page, let's do a preview here, and we have a page that is asking for message and validating message. So right now, what I want to do in this scenario is to add some validation. I want to make this portal public so people can leave message, but I want to validate that no one is writing bad things. So we are going to do some kind of stuff. So I'm going to go to the message board, and as far as I remember from last week, I need to authenticate here. So I can only access there if I have an account. So let's work on this. Identify myself. There it is. I can write a message. Hello, this is Bruno. And when I submit this, it's going to basically refresh the message. And I have here, hello, this is Bruno. Couple of messages, couple of creation time. So that's fine. It works as I expected. We don't have anything fancy here. But let's think a little about what we have. We have a message live table that only have one column. It's message. What we have here. I'm going to create two new tables that are going to have the approved message and the rejected message. So basically, we have kind of a track. Message rejected. We can, every time that someone adds a new message, we are going to validate the message and message type rejected. And then we are going to basically save the message on the rejected or on the approved using one service. So have this super quick. Let's change the name of the column to, instead of name, let's do message and create a new table. Message live. So here we are. Let's change the name of the column. And how we are going to do this, how we are going to validate this. So we are going to use the amazing, we create a flow for this. We create a Power Automate flow for this. So let's go back to our menu here and let's go to Power Automate. And let's create a new one that is going to be triggered every time that the new row is added into message live that we have in that table. We are going to validate the content and save it in one or in another. So there it is. New flow. Let's create this automated cloud flow. Skip. I don't want this. So right now, let's go to a trigger. We have different triggers that we can use here. When a flow step is run from a business in the flow, when a row is added, when an action is performed, this is the one that we want. A new row is added, we want to basically do something. So what we want to do here, just when a row is added, we don't care about if updated or deleted. When a row is added in the message live, I'm sorry, this is a mistake. I am working in Contoso. I need to change my environment. So let's go to home here. Let's switch the environment. I need to change to Adele trial environment. Sorry about that. And let's create a new flow. Automated flow, skip, metaverse. Row is added, and only when we add, and in the table, message lives, the live messages, and the scope is going to be organization. Okay. What is this scope? Is basically when we add, this is going to be triggered at environment level, at team level, or at a user level. We want to do this at environment level. And we can add filters here if we want to add which is the column that we want to use. If we can add a filter here, if a column equals something. So message equals state code, something like this. Not anything, we just want this. So our next step will be, let's add a condition here to test it. So let's add a condition, and in a condition, we are going to use the message that we created. We added here, and we want to use if the message contains approved, we are going to save this in a new table. Let's rename this activity in the top also. The new is added to that's live. So if the message have approved, let's add Dataverse, add a new row. This is the one that we want. Add a new row, and we need to choose our table. So let's go again. Just live approved. Perfect. And once we have this, it's going to have all of the important fields from the table that we need to do. I only care about message, so this is the place that we need to write the message. So let's go for here, and let's select here message. And if it's not here, let's save, do the same, add a new row, but to message live. Live rejected, and very similar to what we just did, save the message here with our message. So we have it super simple. If the message contains the text approved, it's going to be saved on the approved table. If it contains the text, if it doesn't contain the text, it's going to be saved on the rejected table. So let's add a new step, and let's delete the original row. We don't want to have here kind of nothing. So let's choose a table. Lives. The row ID, it's usually, I think it's this one, OData row ID. I can check later, but I think it's this one. So we can save this. So super simple. I am saving this. Let me rename this, but we already have created, I like the name. When a new row, validate, message live, and approve or messages. So basically here, what we are going to do is every time that we have a new record in the table, it's going to be saved in one of the other. Let's give this a try. Let's open this one, and here. I am going to go back to my flow, and we have here the history of the flow, and let's take a look to the other tables. Let's go to message live, and let's add a new row. So this must be approved. Create the new row. Row is created there. Let's take a look at the history. It's not running yet. Wait a couple of seconds. We have here the row, the flow running, and let's see how it works. The row failed. Let's see where. Okay, yes, delete row. I was expecting here to have kind of the idea, but if we take a look at the flow, the condition, the expression was true because we have approved, so it should be added into the approved row. And if I write something like this must be rejected, this one should go to the rejected table. It's going to fail again in the last step. So let's go back to the tables. Let's go to approved. We have approved record. Perfect. Let's go to rejected. We have rejected. Perfect. Hey, I like it. Let's clean the tables. It's kind of working. Go back to approved. Clean the table, delete the record, and let's do something different. I am not going to delete the record. I want to still have the record here. What I am going to do, I am going to use one of the fields that we have when we create an entity here, which is the status. We have out of the box a status field that is created. So let's add the status and let's update the record. Let's update the status. So let me hide this column. So here is the status. There are 3 active, and let's change the flow to change this. So in the meantime, let me go also here and let me take a quick look in my note. How do I change? What value I need to use here? So let's do not delete a row, and let's add a new step for the Dataverse that is going to this one. Update the row. It's going to update the row. So let's update the row in lives. The row ID will be double checking my history here. Yeah, I need to use. I need to use here. Need to go here from the original one. I need to go here, the unique identifier for this entity. So it's going to be messages. This. And what I am going to update is I'm going to update the status from active to inactive. And here in the conditions, let's change the name. Add a new row to live messages. Let's change the name in this one to projected live. So with this already working, let's bring this one here. Have my run here. So if I add a new row here, so this is cool. I'm going to have here my row that I just add. The initial status is active. If I refresh this, it changes to inactive. And if I take a look here in the flows, I should see that, hey, this one succeed. And because it doesn't have the approved, it went to the rejected live message. So this is kind of fine. This is kind of working. If I go to the tables, I go to rejected. There it is. This is cool. Let's delete this. And let's go back to the message live. So instead of checking the condition to have some text, let's use some AI capabilities, some AI features to basically see if the text is positive or negative text. So I am going to use an action. We have plenty of actions here. And in AI Builder, which is part of the Power Platform, we have one activity, which is basically an analyze positive or negative sentiment in the text. So let's use this one. And here I am going to run the language. We are going to write this in English. And the text is going to be, sorry, let's make this a little bigger. The text is going to be my message. When I have this, my next action will be basically the condition. And in the condition, I am going to validate if I have plenty of stuff here that I can analyze. I have scores between 0 and 1, where 0 is less negative and 1 is super negative. So I will say, an example, if 0.75 is negative, that's fine for me. So I can do very, very deep stuff here. But we have one, which is the overall text sentiment, that basically have text positive, neutral, or negative. So I will say if overall sentiment is equal to negative, I am going to share this in the rejected live message. Otherwise, I am going to save this on the approved live message. So quick review of what we just did. Every time that the new row is added in the message live table, is going to be analyzed by the by an AI builder sentiment analysis features that we have there. And if the text is the analysis is negative, it's going to be saved in the rejected live message. Otherwise, it's going to be into the approved live message. So let's give this a try. Go back here and let's add a new text here, which is going to be, this is amazing. When we do this, we have a new row here. It's going to be active. Let's refresh this. Still active. Refresh this. Inactive. It's already processed. We should have one run here. Succeed. And our text should be in the approved message. If someone wants to share a text to try, there it is. This is amazing. Let's add here one created on, so we know that it's created right now, 12:55. So let's go back to the tables that we have here and message live, and let's add some bad text. This sucks. When I do this, it will be active by default. We see that the row is active there. The flow is probably processing in the back. And after a couple of seconds, it is inactive. And if I go back to my rejected messages, I will have here, this sucks. So hey, it's kind of working. It's kind of running and it's kind of doing what we have. Right now, what I need to do, I need to change basically my page. So I am not going to show in the list let me delete this text. I am not going to show in the list my message list. I am going to use a list for the approved, from the approved messages. So let's go here, new list for the table. Live approved. So I want to use the active message here that I have. Perfect. Data like this, no new records. There is the list. So I have my list up and running. I need to set up the permissions. Remember about this. So let's do this. Live approved permissions. So access to do anything, even if we only need to read here, for the authenticated user only administrator. So we have here my permission, and let's test outside. Let's give it outside the test. So I'm going to go here, go to preview, going to refresh. There it is. I am seeing, yes. No, I am not seeing here. Yes, I am seeing. So let's go to the message board and let's do a test. Like, this is a great page. Submit this message sent. After a couple of seconds, we should have this process. And if I sort this again, there it is. This is a great page. If I add something, this is sucks. This page sucks. I will submit this, and after a couple of seconds, we are going to see, I probably need to go here, seeing the data that has been rejected. If I want to have everything there, that's not the idea, but if I want to go to my message board and add a section here, no columns with the list, and let's do a new list for the live rejected active messages. That's it. And I can add here kind of let's set the permissions here. The live rejected permission. So let's do this. For administrator authenticated, super fast. So what I am going to have here, let's add some text. Messages and up. So perfect. So what I am going to have right now, it's kind of a page. If I run again my page, maximize this. Oh, sorry, maximize this. I go to the message board. So I am going to see here the message, the approved message in the bottom, the rejected messages. And if I put something like this, great, bootcamp, submit this. And after a couple of seconds, should we have, there it is, and this bootcamp, not bootcamp. I'm very pissed, I'm very angry with the instructor, and I submit this. We should probably have this after a couple of seconds in the rejected message. There it is, kind of a bad review or something. So, hey, this is a quick way to show you how we can use a community service, how we can use AI Builder and other elements on the Power Platform, no code, to analyze text and based on a condition, show this in one on the other. So this is the end for today. We are almost at the end of the time. Tomorrow, quick update. I may have a recorded session. I have a personal stuff, but I want to thank everyone here to be with us. And tomorrow, let's do some HTML editing and that's some fun stuff. See you all tomorrow. Goodbye.